Well, that's the good one, Green. That's a good one.
Now, so I wondered because I remember a guy I used to work with. His breath was so stinking that it made me puke.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Cause I work in the hospital. I've seen a lot of things. Never I puked in my lifetime, but when that starts, it made me freaking puke. Even then, when he's in like a closed box setting, it was a meeting with all of us. I knew I had to get out and have to get the supervisor and told me in person what to do in the meeting. But yeah. You got wife and kids and everything. Like, I tell my wife, have you ever told them to fix this shit? Normally they got good health care and benefits. Still, stuff isn't fixed. So I was kind of. So yeah.
You can't fix it. Once it's rotten, it's rotten. You just got to pull it out.
I know you chew a lot of freaking gum. You chew a lot of freaking gum. A lot of gum.
Now, the sad side of it is the two teeth in front. If you ever have those removed, your eyesight diminishes by 15%. So those teeth are connected to your eyesight. That's why they call them eye teeth. So a lot of people, if something's wrong with their two front teeth, they wear glasses, or they have blurred vision, or they're nearsighted, farsighted. So, and then sometimes you might see somebody who, I'm going to give you an example. A guy I went to school with, we was call him Bucky because his teeth stuck out like a rabbit. He had an overbite. And every time he was in class, he always used to squint like he couldn't see. He was farsighted. So he needed glasses to magnify what he was looking at because he couldn't see. So he would always be looking at the people's paper beside him because he could see that better than what was on the board. So I always thought maybe because the chalkboard was black and the chalk was white, he couldn't see. Maybe he needs to see a whiteboard with the dry erase markers, but it wouldn't matter because he couldn't see. But he didn't know at the time, this was like middle school, he didn't know at the time he needed glasses. So he went to high school and put some glasses on where you could look like he was trying to see up somebody's nose. He could see fine. Okay, farsighted means that you're sighted to see far. So you have to squint to bring things close. Everything is far. That's why the word is called far-sighted. Nearsighted is when your eyes is cross-eyed and you got to squint to push everything away or hold your head back all the time because everything is right up in your face. So you got to wear those bifocals to push objects back, like you're looking at the reverse end of a telescope. And then everybody else, you have what is called telescopic vision. That's why one eye is big and one eye is small. And they automatically rotate left and right like a camera. You can't see it and you don't feel it because you can't see your own eye. But if you look at somebody's eye at an eye exam, you'll see the iris rotate like a clock. It don't rotate fast because they rotate fast, but to get the hell out of there, you can look at a demon. But they rotate slowly, like liquid moving. The iris is supposed to be. And when the iris fails to move, it's monocular degeneration. And because it does not move or stuck in position, it rocks. Because it has to rotate. That's how you see things in and out of focus. Especially when you wake up in the morning and you say, I can't see. the irises are rotating and bringing things in focus. That's why you blink every 22 to 25 seconds, no matter how much you can hold your eye open. Once you count to 22, you can't hold it. Just a natural reflex to blink. Go to the next one. Q question. Have you ever questioned or wondered why the nation applauds when before it was abominable? What? Oh, I get it. Abomination, I guess is what you're trying to say. Abominable is like the snowman. Have I ever wondered? No. But if you're asking me why, money. There's a lot of money in Jews, but there's more money in gays. And if you've been watching the news media, they push the gay agenda because they want inclusiveness. And if a person feels included, they're willing to spend some money to stay included. Because of this, I stopped except for Star Trek video games, I stopped watching the Star Trek franchise. It has become totally disrespectful and off focus for me. Everybody else might say, "Oh, it's great," but to me, it has become off focus. See, Star Trek and the Federation, even though the whole thing is fictitious and it's not real, and it's a fantasy world, it's not supposed to be anything to do with racism, sexism, sex, poverty, high class, low class, middle class. Everybody's supposed to be equal field, playing field. Your sexuality is not supposed to be in it. And I understand why they do it, because Captain Kirk used to always get the girl, and he would always romanticize her and be kissing her. Every episode, you see Kirk always kissing some woman. That's fine. That's just something for the writing and something for the writers to put in the script. But it has nothing to do with Starfleet, because when you see the movies, they didn't put that nonsense in there, just from the TV series. So likewise, came the Next Generation, and you see Riker flirting with Deanna Troi and Worf flirting with another Klingon and so forth and so forth. In Deep Space Nine, they try to make Worf gay by him trying to date Lieutenant Dax. And I said, well, why would they have a Klingon trying to date when they know that Dax is a man? Even though it's a woman's body, it's a man inside of a woman's body. He's a symbiont or a symbiote or whatever. So why would a Klingon even want to date that kind of a species? Because when Commander Sisko knew him, he was an old man. But you have to follow the episodes to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's a new one called Star Trek Discovery, and Spock's supposed to have a sister, whose name is Michael.
Really?
Yeah. And Michael is a black woman. So you have a woman with a man's name. And the guy who played on Noah's Ark as Janito, the gay doctor, he's on here as a gay doctor. And he's married to a science engineer, and now you pretty much have a gay couple on a Starfleet ship fraternizing while on the job. That's not what Starfleet does. That's unprofessional. They don't do that. They're still somewhat a military organization. So keep it together. This was just all blown out of proportion. You got a black helmsman who has a mohawk to make her look like a lesbian. You got a 7 of 9 type woman who's on tactical, whose implants are somewhat active, which makes no sense because the Borg didn't exist during the time of Star Trek Discovery. So where did she come from? Because the last of the Borg was 7 of 9, if you've seen Picard. But it's all tied into nonsense, and just keep pushing the agenda in your face. You see commercials. Go get your HIV medicine. You see the 2 black guys kissing. Mm-hmm. So it's all about making money. So they've been putting white gays on TV for years, and they wasn't making as much money. But now you can put black gays on TV, and it's like, hey. And America loves to see the degradation of the black male. Now, I'm not saying that a black man being gay is derogatory. I'm saying a black man being gay is degrading to society who puts black race on a pedestal. Black people are supposed to be the chosen ones of God. So if you're the chosen ones of God and you're doing ungodly things, it helps the other nations feel good about their hatred and their ungodliness, because now the chosen people can't tell you what to do. David, the rabbi, well, he says he's not a rabbi, but I call him rabbi anyway. He was saying that they had homosexuality in Jewish culture, where the women can touch the women, but the man can't touch the man. I thought that was hilarious. I said, what? Now, still shocked. Because in my belief, all of it is homosexual activity. You got 2 men having sex with the 1 girl, still homosexuality. Whether you're directly touching or indirectly touching, you're still exposing your naked self to another man while you're engaging in sex, regardless of who it's with. Somebody can be standing there watching you in the corner, beating off. That's still homosexual sex, because you're involved in sexual activity in the presence of another man. Brings us to the next. Boy, oh boy. Who wrote these questions? Y'all, something else. Have you ever heard of masturbation being a sin?
Oh, God.
Now, I think...
Oh, he's a female?
I think I answered this question in season 1 that I've never masturbated, so I don't know if it's a sin. I've always had someone to do that for me. And if you don't have nobody to do that, then you go into, I guess, prostitution, pay to play. I guess you could say that's prostitution. So I've done that. I went to the motel room and found a young lady, $40. She would play with it. I don't think it's a sin. I do recall a Bible that mentions if your seed passes through the fire or something to that nature. And what the Catholics believe is if your semen touches the floor, it's the same as having an abortion. It's a seed that's been wasted. So what the Catholic priests do, they'll masturbate in their rectory, not rectum, stop being nasty. The rectory is a dormitory or a house that's like a room